Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular, mystery reading at number 738. Before getting into this reading, chances are that most of the people watching this video are not subscribed, so if you are a reoccurring viewer, you enjoy my work and would like to help support the growth of my channel, feel free to do so by sticking around and hitting that subscribe button down below and ringing the notification bell next to it if you feel called to. My current goal is 500 subscribers, trying to reach the milestone of 200 subscribers, so if you do decide to subscribe and support my channel, thank you very much. So starting with interpreting the number 738. This number 6 feels like it could be significant for someone, or 736, maybe that reading could be significant for you. But the number 7 is about wisdom, learning, growing, expanding your consciousness. Maybe there could be things coming up from you, or subconscious things about yourself, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, that you could be learning about. Of course, it doesn't have to be about yourself. It can be, because number 6 for me is about unconditional love and learning yourself with unconditional love, so that way your cup can overflow. So it can flow into others to help support others naturally, not to the point where you have to overextend yourself or overgive. This is really making me think of the 6 of Pentacles now. The number 3 is about healing, growing, in more ways than one. Communicating. I feel something significant here about talking, like communicating with your voice through talking. Maybe there's someone here, a group of people. Maybe it's time to look at yourself in the mirror. There needs to be an important conversation here between you and another, even if it's the relationship between you and yourself. More communication, so there can be more healing, more learning. Number 8 is about letting go. That was significant in the reading lately. It's about letting go, knowing that nothing is ever truly lost, only replaced. Change is bittersweet because usually means something has to come to an end for something to begin. It can be bittersweet. Maybe there is a transition in your life that you know it's good for you, but it's challenging. And that's okay. Adding up these numbers. Well, I think the number 8 first is confirming that the focus needs to be on letting go, surrendering, healing, finding acceptance for things you can't control by yourself, other people in the world, and finding beauty in it instead. 7 plus 3, adding up these numbers now, is 10, plus 8 is 18, 1 plus 8 is 9. Which that number for me is about purpose and helping the world release what no longer works. Some interesting ideas coming up here. If you feel led by a sense of purpose, trust that. If you don't, you should. And I think the universe, your spirit guides, maybe your ancestors want to help you with really understanding the true, deep spiritual meaning for your existence, for humanity's existence as a whole. I believe we all collectively have the power to reveal the meaning of life, but it's not going to happen when there's so much conflict outside of us and on the inside. So we need to focus on settling that conflict by first settling it within ourselves, choosing, making a choice And that choice is choosing peace and self-love. Number 6 makes sense. I also feel something here about honoring a choice, being committed to a choice. And I'm remembering, I saw a card about commitment. I didn't think it would be significant, but everything happens for a reason, I guess. The number 1, 2, 3 could be significant for somebody. I'm going to start wrapping up this reading, though, by drawing out a couple of index cards. From these index cards, I wrote things myself on them. I'm going to pull a couple of these to look into your current situation and what advice or guidance or support or whatever it is you need that is there for you. I know that we need to work on communication. Emphasis on the meaning of that number 3, it feels like. And how you view yourself affects your judgment about the world. The healthier your view is about yourself, the clearer your vision will be. Some interesting things going on here. I really like how there was clear confirmation here about the need to focus on communication, using your voice for sure. But I think this is more about making sure you have a voice in the conversation that you have between you and yourself. Or the conversations that you have between you and yourself. I feel like your inner child and your higher self could be significant. And I really feel like you're being called to teach yourself how to use your voice and to reflect on the perception that you have of yourself and whether you're as powerful or as powerless as you tell yourself. However that resonates depends on where the restriction for each person is coming from. But I feel like you're being called to reflect on how you view yourself, to find more clarity and more direction. Having a healthy view of yourself, you have clearer vision, or you gain clearer vision because you gain more clarity on who you truly are, what you deserve, and where you deserve to be in life. I feel like now for you is supposed to be a time of curiosity, searching, digging, looking for answers or for a sense of direction. I keep burping, which if you've been around, you know that when I do that, it's a sign that something needs to be let go. So that number 8 energy, being connected, or being reminded of that again. I feel like the guidance here is to learn how to use your voice, communicate with yourself, set boundaries with yourself. Don't treat yourself or talk to yourself in a way that you wouldn't accept from someone outside of yourself. The standards that you set for yourself should be the same standards that you set for other people, and vice versa. Make sure your expectations are realistic and that people have realistic expectations of you as well. I definitely feel like I could be talking to someone who is probably more hard on themselves than they should be because they don't understand themselves as much as they should, or they deserve, and that's why you're being called to heal, to learn, to understand yourself better through letting go, really seeing your true power and potential in letting go of people, places, and things that either, basically, just to be more specific, like people who don't know how to have a healthy relationship because they don't know how to communicate. It's important to have clear communication in all relationships in your life, even business ones, especially business ones. I mean, if you want to build a stable foundation, regardless, no matter what kind of stable foundation you're trying to build, there is no stability without a clear line of communication with yourself. Listening to your needs, your emotional needs, your physical needs, taking care of yourself the way that your younger self has always deserved. That inner child energy is there. Again, maybe, your parents didn't teach you how to communicate because maybe they didn't know how to communicate, or whoever your guardian is or was. You could be being called to do something different. I just looked at the timer and I saw 4, 5, 6, which is a sign to trust that everything happens for a reason in the order that it's meant to. It feels like things might feel like they're falling apart before they're getting better. Things are getting worse before they get better. Maybe things will pay off in a way that you don't expect. Yeah, so coming back around to the number 732. For some reason I wanted to say 792. Maybe that future reading could be significant for someone. I say 732. 738. Your focus right now should be on healing, growing, letting go, healing, so you can find peace not only within yourself and your life, but your relationships, other opportunities. You deserve to lead a life of clarity and a strong sense of direction, and you're not. The only place you're going to find that clarity and direction is from within. You can trust yourself to know thyself, and to know where you feel called to make a difference in life.